there's just a little bit of glorious sunshine still coming in the front door, so I'm going to sit in it for a few minutes while we have a little chat. And you can see the rocking chair right, I can point to it right there, is faced towards the window as well to get the sunshine. And if you can see how bad my teeth are, please excuse them. I've got problems going on there. At any rate, it's a glorious, beautiful day, warm outside again, and I'm thankful for the good weather. And I wanted to talk a little bit about um, some experiences that I've had and some people that I've known have had. And then I got online on the computer and found out that lots of people were having experiences like the ones that I had and my friends had. The last group of them has been kind of strange to tell, but I had gotten to know a younger woman, younger than me. She was probably late 20s when I met her. And when she was 3 years old, her dad had passed away. And she had a series of things happen over the years that she knew her dad was close by as she grew up because she was the oldest of three. She's the oldest of three kids. She did remember her father. He died, I think, on his 27th or 29th birthday. And so over the period of years, he had really watched over his family. And she had told me some of the experiences that she had. And then after she got married and moved to another location, um, she started telling me how she found pennies everywhere. And it would be in locations where they couldn't couldn't they couldn't have, unless they sprouted wings to fly, they couldn't have just shown up in these locations. But so she told me stories. One time she had a little daughter, toddler daughter, and she had just dusted a table and no more had dusted the table than turned around and there was a penny laying in the middle of the table, which they were very careful about things like that so the daughter wouldn't choke on it, on choking hazards. So she proceeded to tell me all these stories about how pennies started popping up in the oddest places. And it wasn't too long after that that the same thing happened with me. I started finding pennies everywhere. I know there's a song and I think it was a movie or a musical, Pennies from Heaven, and I haven't looked that up yet. Probably will. So then after the 9/11 disasters, there was a woman who wrote a book about the odd happenings that survivors of the 9/11 tragedies had experienced that they felt like was sort of like a calling card being left by their loved ones to let them know that they were around and, watching over them and that everything was fine. So hidden angels, I guess is what I think of when I think of that. And I found pennies for a good long time, and then I started finding dimes, and then dimes and pennies both. So when I looked up this author of this book and read about it on the internet, that's what she said. People were not finding nickels and quarters, which was interesting to me. They didn't find nickels and quarters, they found pennies and dimes. And that has been my experience, and now I've talked to other people who've had the same experience. Then, I don't think I told this story. Then one morning, I tend to wake up early. Sometimes I get back to sleep, sometimes I don't. I think it was about 4:45 in the morning on a Sunday morning. I walked over to my sink. I don't think I told this story, which was, it's not going to be in here probably, which was very clean and very dry because I had really scrubbed it nicely the night before. No, this is not the right one. And walked over to my kitchen sink, very clean, very dry, and in the front of the sink was a little tiny feather. It was smaller. Oh, maybe this is it. No, that's not. Maybe this is it. I think this might be the one. And the most beautiful little tiny white feather. There, I guess you can kind of see it. It's as good as it's going to get here. Was on the front side, bottom of the sink. I'm thinking, how did that little white feather get in my sink? And then after that, I started finding quite a few of them. In fact, I got a little pile of them in here by my computer desk because I keep running across them in strange places. And sometimes they're like not there, you know. and then they're there. Now, I'm not like, I don't believe in hocus pocus kind of things, but um, one turned up today that was in a very odd place. So anyways, I started finding these white feathers, and I tried to Google it to see if it was like a penny dime kind of thing, and it was. It was on a website, and these people were talking about all kinds of crazy experiences with finding white feathers. So now I'm over 5 minutes, and I'm likely to have trouble with this video if I don't close it up here pretty soon. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that we are watched over, we are looked after, um, and that there are angels among us, and that uh, you might find angels in places you're not looking for them. I'm 6 minutes and I'm afraid it's going to quit, but the Lord might bring you an angel to help you out through times that are tough and difficult, and maybe um, you'll be surprised. And I guess that's all for now. God bless your efforts to prepare. Make a list, check it twice. Be nice to the angels because they're not. I can't make that rhyme right now. Be nice and maybe the angels will be around you. That's not a good way to end. Make a list, check it twice so you can eat more than just beans and just rice. Bye.